Hi, I'm Kat Jones, and welcome to Science to Get High By. This is the third in our new series that we're calling Meet Your Microbes, and we're still in the kitchen. We're going to have a lot more fun than you think we are, looking at the kind of stuff that you can find in a dish sponge. In fact, if you have a dish sponge on your kitchen sink right now, this could be your dish sponge. I don't want to freak you out. I want to tell you in advance that a lot of things live in dish sponges. And as I like to say, 99% of them are completely harmless to you, and a good percentage of those are actually beneficial to you. Let's meet the cast of characters. We have rotifers. We have tons of rotifers. Oh, wow. I don't know how much to say about these guys right here because I have done entire videos on them and I plan to do at least one more. These are my favorites. I actually regard them as something of a spirit animal. These are Deloid rotifers. Oh, mercy me. These are cool beasties. They're microanimals. They have about 1,000 cells. It has a corona. Most of them have 2 corona on their heads that whirl a big bunch of cilia around, and they are vortex feeders. That's how they eat. So yeah, these are really cool. They can attach. They've got a foot at one end that they often attach to a substrate and feed. Because if you're a vortex feeder and you're trying to whirl a bunch of fluid around, you're going to be flying around the other way because of Newton's laws, right? Equal and opposite reaction. That's why they hook themselves onto a surface and they feed. But they can also shoot around and swim, and they can do this cool inchwormy walk. And my favorite thing of all about them, they're all female. They may have you'll find that a lot in the microsphere, by the way. Sorry, boys, you are not standard. Female is kind of the standard on Earth. We're the ones that bring life through our bodies into the world. Males are kind of an afterthought that got tacked on as a means to move genetic material around in a hurry between individuals of the same species. But Deloid rotifers, like a lot of other microbes, have something way better than that. They have a horizontal gene transfer, which is a whole thing. I'm not going to explain a lot about that right now because it would be a whole bunch of other videos, and I run into that a lot. It's harder. I get sucked down these little side streets, and then I talk about them, and then I realize the video got way too long in that direction. So cut. Go look up horizontal gene transfer. It's the coolest fucking thing. There's a lot of these things in this dish. It just happened to be a particular sponge that picked up one or more of these things. And when you have one, you're going to have a bunch because they just lay eggs all the time. They're parthenogenic. It only takes one rotifer and it can give birth to a bunch of clones, and they can transfer horizontal genes out of other things in the dish, and they're just really cool. Wow, this was a really productive sponge. We have a colpoda. That's what the little, let me see. Yeah, they're a little kidney-shaped thing. Pretty sure that's what this is, but it's a ciliate. Are you ready for this? Trigger warning. I also found a bunch of these. These are dust mites. Oh my God. Whoa. Look what I just found. So this is some microscopic fun. See the big hairy thing in the middle? That's a dust mite. And it's kind of tromping around on a rotifer. See, it's got a rotifer underfoot. Fun for everyone. And we have amoebas. Wow. Uh-oh. So this is where they came from. Oh my God. Okay, so this is a little creepy. So this is an amoeba. It's got a flagella, and there are actually quite a few species of amoebas that have flagellas. They just have that little whip-like flagella. I don't like to see them. It creeps me out every single time I see them, even though it's probably not a brain-eating amoeba. That's something brain-eating amoebas are well known for. They also have a prominent nucleolus, which it's really easy to start seeing those in food vacuoles when you think you're dealing with N. fowleri. They just creep me out. I just don't want amoebas eating my brain. They mostly don't hurt us. N. fowleri is everywhere. It lives in soil and water, and there's a lot of it in the summertime. There'll be a lot of it in a muddy swimming hole. And it only gets famous when it gets up somebody's nose and eats their brain. And the less said about that, the better. So I will just direct you to another video on this channel all about the brain-eating amoeba. Hopefully I'll remember to link these things in the description, but you can also just look around the channel. You'll find all kinds of funky things there. I'm not always that careful about curating this channel, so you can kind of find lots of things. But I'll try to link a description. I'll try to link this in the description because I don't want to talk about these things too much. Ugh. This is why I never use a goddamn neti pot. I just don't want to hear about neti pots. It's really not a worry for most people. It's very, very, very rare. Despite all of our interaction with this microbe, or with the microbe that I think this might be, almost nobody ever gets them in their brains, even when you swim with them. But it is a thing, man. It does kind of freak me out. Just shit tons of rotifers in this dish, which is so much fun because I get to watch them juggling and stuff. Oh my God, look at them. Oh, look there. There's a dust mite leg right there. Nice, huh? Yeah, there's a lot of organisms in this dish sponge. Fun. So here's a Deloid rotifer doing what they do. It's attached by its little foot, and it is vortex feeding. And so this little thing here is called the mastix. And often people think that's its little beating heart, because that's what it looks like, but that's actually what it chews its food with. Rotifers, they're just so cool. They can see. They've got eyes. Oh my God, they're just so cool. I love these things. The little things flying past it, those are things that, it's whirling up a lot of stuff to go through it, and it's picking and choosing what it wants to eat. One thing that's really fun about rotifers is I swear they're playing most of the time in there. They spend a lot of time eating. They seem to like to hang out together. They kind of wander around and bump into each other. I'm trying to explore this idea of, for want of a better word, social interaction in the microsphere. I want to know, do they seek out do they have buddies? I'm not sure yet. It's really hard to tell because it's really hard to, tell one from another. But sometimes you can. And so, I'm just starting to look into that. I just spend so much time watching rotifers. Oh. So you can see there's a lot of rotifer in here, and they kind of got exhausted in there. I mean, just so many of them eating out of the same little area and pooping and stuff. After a while, they just kind of foul up their place and they get sick of the scene. So they spend a lot of time doing this. See these little balloony things? Sometimes you'll find other rotifers playing with these little balloony things. These are them. These are actually rotifers. And I wonder what the checked out ones think about that. Are they just like, oh great, see, this is why I don't hang out with the others? Or are they like, wee-ha, I don't know. Ooh, I love this scenery. Mwah! Dust mites. It is unsurprising to find dust mites, and it's kind of fun because they're just so weird looking. They're very steampunk, in my opinion, but it's also kind of freaky. Ah! Holy shit, what's that? Ooh, okay, so Wow, we got a big weird amoeba thing here. Let's go in. Whoa. Oh, look at this though. See, okay. So technically speaking, an amoeba doesn't have a face, but look at all the bacteria like writhing around the face of this one. I know that's not its face, but you know what I'm saying. Those little bacteria, when I see a scene like this, I'm never quite sure what's going on. I can't really tell here in a situation like this whether the amoeba is eating these bacteria, which is very possible, or it could be eating something that the bacteria are also interested in eating, or the bacteria could be attacking the amoeba, which is also a thing that can happen. Amoebas, I see amoebas often in petri dishes that you can tell have some sort of bacterial infection. Also, they get fungal infections. And because they're transparent, you can kind of see stuff hanging out, and it can compromise their outer shape sometimes. And you know, when they're badly infected, you can tell. But in a situation like this, where the bacteria are on the outside, but they seem to be paying a lot of attention to a part of that amoeba, like I don't know. It could be that they were clustered up in a spot that the amoeba became interested in. But, yeah, it's a mystery. Let's look a little closer. What do we see here? Yeah, I don't know. Wow, I love how 3D this thing is. I like to see them in more of a natural environment, but it does make focus more difficult sometimes. Whoa, what the fuck is that thing? Ha, I don't know. Fun. Well, I could do this all night, but you get the idea. This is your dish sponge. I'm Kat Jones, and this has been Science to Get High By.